Okay, I just wanted to do this video because somebody was saying that, I just wanted to show a few clips just to show, as far as that individual, Myron Gaines is his name or whatever, from Fresh and Fit. Some people saying that he, identifies as black and is not racist. My opinion, like I said in my previous video, was I didn't really feel the video was the one on Rumble was really that offensive because everyone was being called the N-word, including the people in the video, and there were no white people in the initial video. There were only black people in that video, mixed people in that video. So, anyway, I wanted to also address that Myron has said some things in the past that imply I don't think he particularly views himself as particularly very black of a person. To make a mistake like this, black people don't usually make mistakes like this. So let's go.
But yeah, if it's like a girl that they took serious, like it was his girl. One point, 100% off limits.
Bro, even if he's a 304, I'm still like,
okay, so guys,
I don't want to.
Some guys are different about it. Like, some dudes are like, yeah, this is gonna be funny. Esco Brothers is for a funny story and shit. But and then some guys are like, hell fucking no. I've noticed with black dudes, they don't like doing that shit. White guys, we're all like, yeah, well, I said we. Yeah, but
he's white. He's white, Justin. He's white. He's black, bro.
Hey, man.
Natural.
I officially just stamped Myron as white.
What I meant to say was, when I was in college, I knew that was coming.
Bro, he knows he's white. He can't dance. Until he rolls.
All right. So anyway, going back to that.
So, yeah, as you can tell, saying things like that kind of imply I don't think the person specifically sees himself as a black person. He's talking about black people, and he was talking about black people in third person as if he's not a black person. And maybe some people would say he was joking. He does it in other videos too, where he talks about being Arab and talks about being Middle Eastern. Even like people who have been on the show who have been racist to him called him Arab. So I don't understand why we have to pretend he's black. I mean, I think he kind of knows. And then on top of it, then we, like in the other video I was talking about specifically, people being mad at him for calling some black people monkeys or the N-word or so forth, and being offended by it. But black people generally will call each other the N-word and no one will bat an eye. You'll notice the only time people really get mad when racist things are said are when people think the person is not black. So it's like, I feel like black people feel that he isn't like black people. I think they feel he has black in him, yes, but I don't think it's enough for people to really accept him like that. It's just more so like that whole thing where I always said sometimes there are certain people who have black in them, but they do not have enough black in them that it's like people don't want them to be viewed as better than them, so they want to claim them, and they do not want them to be viewed as anything but black, but in reality, they do not see them as black either. They just don't want them to be viewed as better, they don't want them to feel better than them, and things of that nature. I wanted to show this video as well.
Oh, God! Hate black women.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. My mom's black. Your mom's black. Yeah. My sister's black. Like, bro.
But I'm all for family, so I am, trust me. Come from a two-parent household. I would probably be a fucked up idiot if I didn't come from a two-parent household. But my parents are from the Middle East. They have different culture values, you know? A lot of people are living in...
See, that's what I mean. When he talks, he calls himself Middle Eastern. When he talks about being Arab. When other people call him black, he just says yes, it seems like. It seems like he understands, especially from the last video, he understands that people are going to view him as black. But at the same time, from the actions of what he said before this whole debacle and situation with Rumble, he consistently called himself Arab. He consistently called himself Middle Eastern descent. He didn't generally call himself black. He would have people would call him black and he would agree, kind of like situation, or things like this where like he would specifically have situations where he would say that he got racism for being Arab and he got racism for people perceiving him to be black. But he did not say he was black. Do you get the difference here? He's not specifically proclaiming to be black. He's specifically saying his experience can have similarity, though. And he's saying many of the time that that people think he's black. So to me, it's like, when he talks about himself, though, it seems like he depicts himself as Middle Eastern or Arab. From everything that I've watched, and also, other things that were said about him from other people too, who specifically would imply he was Arab, or not specifically a black person of sub-Saharan African ancestry. Which, I've said this before, North Sudan is not in sub-Saharan Africa, it is in North Africa. But the point is with this whole situation is that specifically, I just find it really weird that people keep saying that he's not racist because he says he's black. It seems like he started to say he's black too because he's saying these racist things. But before this whole Rumble situation, he was specifically saying he was Arab and Middle Eastern, and I have a hard time even finding a clip of him actually saying that he is just black without even mentioning that he's Arab. He constantly mentions he's Arab. He constantly mentions he's Middle Eastern, but he doesn't mention that he's black. That, to me, implies he's not identifying with it. He's saying that people are identifying him as black, but that doesn't mean he is self-identifying as black. It's saying people are perceiving him to be black. He is saying he is Arab, he is Middle Eastern. I'm just saying, you have to follow what someone is saying and what someone is leaving out. Which is just something that I wanted to point out. Also, another thing is, I think, there's this whole story, like, a couple years ago with him being involved with a black woman, so I don't really understand why people keep accusing him of not liking black women or whatever's going on there. But yeah, I just kind of found that kind of odd. Like, I hate when people try and take the divested ideology and say that they're divested, but they're not. So that kind of bothered me there. Anyway, and when I say divested, I mean, to me, I think black men or people who are of another race, who prefer another race, that they are specifically into that, they should be openly, like, truly into that, if that's what they are. If they're just saying it to get a rise out of people, that's just silly to me. I don't know. It kind of bothers me. And this bothers me from females, from males, black, white, doesn't matter. If you're just trying to use another race to get people's attention, that's just weird. But aside from that, like I said, with the other person, what they were saying specifically, yeah, I don't think that he specifically identifies as a black person. He accidentally included himself as a white person, which, technically, when we talk about Middle Eastern and North African people, they are categorized with Caucasian people to begin with, so, yeah. The thing is, if we really actually look at the history of the situation with North Sudanese people, and other Saharan people, they were originally labeled with the Caucasoid race as well. Even East Africans were. But yeah, obviously in this day and age in America, we view the one-drop rule, which includes Saharans and East Africans, as mixed race, originally identifying that as black. Nowadays, I think, though, many people are trying to move away from the one-drop rule. So if we're trying to move away from the one-drop rule, why would you be claiming people who are half black, half not non-black? You know what I mean? Like, he's clearly not fully black, you know. But so many people would be so crazy to try and claim him still. Whatever he is, even on a genetic level, he's not just black, you know. So it's kind of weird that people just keep trying to claim him. It's like, and it's always in a sense of malice. It's never in a sense of embracing, which, I mean, like, for people like this who were not taught to identify as black, why would they want to identify with black people who consistently aren't even wanting to include them in a way of embracing, but in a sense of malice? That doesn't even seem like that's healthy for them to identify with black people who only mean it in that spirit, basically. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm done with this video. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day. Bye, guys.